Hey Ines, how you been?
Hello, Thor. I have been fine. Looking forward to seeing you again, of course.
As always.
Thank you. I was also very interested in some of the feedback you gave me. Thank you very much. I'm very capable of also looking up the feedbacks, the comments, but it's always nice just sort of sharing them
Mm.
and sitting back and letting somebody else do the work. So no, it works. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
How's
And that
your
was
how's your week been?
it's been good. Yeah. It's I don't mind the cold. It's February. To me, that seems normal.
Mm.
I'd be more worried if the slugs were going to start breeding already. It's just not right.
Yeah.
Birds are very chirpy. About 5 o'clock, they were beep 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 beep, and I don't know why they're not in their duvets. Don't understand that.
Yeah, because it's still pretty cold outside, isn't it? Because it suddenly
Yeah.
got very cold again.
Oh, it's going to be cold again tonight as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So yeah, no, everything's okay. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean it's been an all right week. The first half of the week I was feeling a bit gloomy, not for any particular reason.
Yeah.
But for the second half, much lighter, had a really good night's sleep. So feeling much better, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. I think all those things that we were just covering only about the two of us, I think we ought to go into a little bit as well. Because what I do know is when other people are feeling low or something, a lot of people are feeling low. And we
Yeah.
try to put an answer to it, it's this, that, and the other. Yeah, makes sense. But sometimes the depth of our feeling low outweighs what is actually going on around us. And I think that ought to be, I think we ought to address it so
Mm.
that we all realize that we're all on the same page,
Yeah.
different lives, but still exactly the same page.
Yeah. Yeah.
So last week, obviously, we covered love.
We
And
did.
that, again, it's such a short, what did we do? 40 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever. It's not enough, obviously. And I believe you were mentioning or thinking maybe of covering intuition or sensing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no problem whatsoever. Love, no problem. But if we come back to the foundation of what we are able to do for ourselves, which is the most important thing. That means we go to groups, very important because we will be running groups. So we all want you to come or listen to our podcast. So, yes, 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 it works. Or self help books. In the end, all anyone can do is give someone else a trigger, a reason to do something to help themselves. And that's what we're trying to do. And the basis of all of this helping us to get through life is really, again, we're calming our mind, relaxation techniques, meditation, all of that. So we'll also today incorporate intuition. We'll also mention love again, if you like, but also the meditation. It's not just take 3 deep breaths and then, boom, off you go. It takes a little, it's difficult. It's difficult. Problems will always arise. Our mind will be all over the place. Maybe we don't have the free time, our own little space, and even to just let go that no one intrudes. Trust me, people will intrude. You don't have the time, blah, blah, blah. And I think we should cover all that because life isn't perfect.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be perfect either. So if we go from that angle, and what anybody does, when I say we, it is the royal we of life, of humanity. We all have to get through it, and we each find our own little niche and way of thinking, of coping, of doing things. So, my first question to you, Thor, is why is meditation necessary? And what purpose is there of meditation without me having filled all the little gaps already?
What a good question. What is the purpose of meditation? Well, I think in most people's regular daily life, I think meditation begins with calming the mind, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we've all got an incredibly, apparently there's a really good book which is called, I haven't read it, but it's something which is called the monkey mind or the chimp mind or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
um, which is basically about the chimp mind, that the mind is a very chatty place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what we can do in meditation, which begins with calming the mind, is that through that stillness that the meditation creates, we can find not an easier route through life, because as we know, challenge is a part of life. But I think that through that practice of calming the mind with meditation, we can find perhaps I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but a different route through life than we would have otherwise. Like, it just feels perhaps less arduous. Basically, it doesn't take the problems away, but I
Mm.
think, most people aren't meditation teachers, yoga teachers, monks, gurus. Most people have a job where they sit in an office, work at a till. They work in like in a storage place where they put out food, um, and all of that is really, really hard work. And there will be other people there who are perhaps very difficult to be around, right? Difficult people.
Okay.
And I think that meditation can start with helping us calming our mind and releasing some of that tension that perhaps being around difficult people can create. I think that's the beginning of like daily life meditation.
Okay, yes.
Obviously
It's just,
more.
it's meditation opens up the depth in ourselves because we're actually a world in our own right. It's the world of self. It's a gateway to understanding what you just said, to get over the anxieties or the say the hurdles in life. But that understanding is enlightenment. And last
Mm,
week when we talked about love, enlightenment or wisdom, that guru, we're allowed to be till people. We're allowed to be a CEO. We're allowed to be a scientist. That is totally and utterly meant. But that university of life is the total acceptance of other people's way of doing things. And
yeah.
by realizing or coming across that individual who just is really off day, it doesn't help you at all. But by realizing that they have their own path of life, that's the way they have to do it. We have to do it our way. That is enlightenment, because it doesn't give us any anxiety. It doesn't give us any feelings of hate or of good God, I want to get rid of them. That is enlightenment. And of course, that university of life is a subject that is so deep, so widespread than any subject that we can possibly ever talk about. The learning of meditation actually is the basis of bringing out the cream of ourselves. And that cream, of course, is yes, I can. Doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. What's important is what you're doing. So yes, it does. That is the beginning of it. But with this daily meditation, shouldn't just be when the chips are down, I'm reaching out to my God, God, please help me. No, it should be for yourself, for your health of mind, health of body, that brings this enlightenment. That is, but what we were also saying, you quite rightly said, in the Eastern meditation. Now, this is a generalization. It is not, nothing is ever written in stone. Certainly not now, with being multicultural. The world is multicultural. But the Eastern ideas of meditation can reach very, very deep depths. So whereas in the Western hemisphere, it is mostly used for calming influences, as you just said, Thor, absolutely. But in the East, they endeavor to reach the state of nirvana, the epitome of everything else, which the epitome of nirvana means it is as far as we can go, human beings. Not, let's say, this amazing guru that can go wherever he wants to do, but it's a totalness. And that totalness is, again, the love that we talked about last week, which means to be totally aware of another person's needs. And that is enlightenment, that is wisdom, that is a true guru. And you can be behind a till in a storeroom, you can be the CEO, you can make fantastic deals. It has nothing to do with it. That's just a comic situation. But this enlightenment of understanding gets you the deals. That is sensing, because we were going to talk about literally intuition. Your intuition comes from the ability to realize other people's needs. What's that amazing, fun film? I know who's listening to this will have seen it. How Men Think. And this is done by a fab actress. And she all of a sudden has this gift of hearing, in her mind, what men think. Oh God, she's a dish. Oh, how did he get her? And she went to a clairvoyant. And no, then what is happening to me? And it's just the story evolves. But that is enlightenment, sensing and knowing what somebody else is feeling. That's where the deals come from. That's when somebody bothers to look into the other mind, not just, your own. I want this deal. I want to clench it. But this depth also comes. That is when, trust me, you can walk on coals. You can be buried alive, which is not in your bucket list, maybe. All the organs are actually controlled through the calming of the mind, producing facility. A facility is a likeness. Who was that? It wasn't Uri Geller, because he only bent spoons. Who's that other guy? He's deceased now. He produced a facility of himself. That means, you, Thor, I am behind you. And then, you turn around and I can produce a facility of myself in your room. Ooh, that sort of thing. Not a ghost, a facility. Out of body, through the calming of the mind. Oh, I spy with my little eye. You're having another biscuit. That sort of thing. Projecting, I see what you're eating. And you told me you only had fish tonight. Projecting items. It can, I'm going a little bit over the top, but that all comes from from the calming of your mind. It's not a separate subject. It's all part of it. So are you producing facilities of yourself, Thor?
I wish, but just not that enlightened yet, apparently.
Or wish to do that, that sort of thing. But when you're running your meditation courses, you must, I know you do, you must get a feeling of who is in front of you. Maybe you know all of them, but even it's not just by name that you know them, but what kind of day have they had? Are they fragile? Are they hurt? Are they aggressive? Or are they so excited about whatever happens in their life that they can't concentrate? I mean, it takes all shapes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that definitely has come through, I have been practicing meditation every day for quite a few years, as you have.
Yes.
And I strongly believe that my ability to sense other people's being definitely comes from calming the mind. I suppose that's what I was gonna allude into earlier. It's like it begins with calming the mind, but then it extends into connecting with your guides and with connecting with your intuition and all of that, which is what I've always loved with the meditation that you've taught me, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
It goes beyond the sort of just the calming of the mind and extends into the stretching into the universe, or call it what you like, basically. And that's always what's been so, I suppose that's probably what's made me return to it every day, because
it's interesting you should say that, because what you were saying, that visualization, because you can stretch your mind as far as you want to, you can go out of body, you can go here, there, and everywhere, regression as we spoke about, but also every part of the meditation has a reason for it. It's not just to pad up time or to make ourselves uniquer than anybody else. But when we, I don't know if you do the, in some of them, I expect you do the violet light. It is an indication that you're ready to step back into the physical mind instead of, squirreling all over the place. It is a directive, such as brushing our teeth when we get up or whenever a person does it, that sort of thing. So you're absolutely right. Yes. But there's a rule for meditation, a very strong rule. And that rule is you have to want to do it. Not because you heard it's going to help you calm your mind to get rid of stress, but it's a rule that you want to do it for yourself, willingly. You look forward to it. And when we willingly look forward to it without going into the meditative state by thinking you're going to get something back, I will get this back, or I want this, I want an answer. Once we release those sort of thoughts, the physical thoughts, and we go wanting to find out more about our life, maybe, that is the opening when other things will also be revealed to you, such as not necessarily a trumpet, but let's say you have questions on your mind and other situations. By not asking for anything, go in there relaxing yourself. You're then allowing the guiding force, which we will harp on and on about as well, is then ready for you to hear what is coming towards you. If our mind is full of, what did you call that, monkey puzzle, that book? Monkey mind.
Like the chimp mind or the monkey mind or
Mind.
something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Chip, 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 all the time, yes. Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it's like. If that's full, even half full, even a quarter full, guess what? We cannot get any communication from anywhere. We won't find calmness and we won't get the answers. So what's the point actually of doing anything but relaxing, for that little bit of time? You make the time, you get the benefits. That is roughly where it ends as well. But when you meditate, Thor, and when you lead the meditations, you find that they're really relaxed, don't they? I mean, it helps when someone to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I want to share, when you were leading the meditation on Tuesday, and I told you afterwards, because you
yeah,
did this meditation where we were like walking up this mountain, and like
yeah,
halfway up, you told
yeah,
us to like stop and look out. And
yeah.
I'm so afraid of heights. So I had a feeling of vertigo
Yeah,
inside the
yeah,
meditation, which was
yeah.
just
But
like,
that's awesome.
it was
Yeah,
like, I was like, Tori, you're inside the meditation. Don't
yeah,
worry. Like it was crazy. It was,
yeah.
yeah.
Perfect, perfect, Thor. I really take my hat off to you. That's really, really interesting. See, in the West, what we tend to do, again, generalization at its best. More often than not, what we do is very much on the surface. As you said, Thor, calming the mind, become better at work, more tolerant of our fellow people that we're dealing with, with others. Maybe on a good day to feel spirit around us, maybe the strength of your guides. Oh, that's on a good day. Otherwise, money, calming the mind. How can I meet those figures? The sales figures or whatever it is. So that is all very, very physical. Nothing wrong with the physical, because we are born very physical. However, we do have the ability to let go and find those answers of strength on how to move forward in our life. We have been given that tool. Meditation is a tool, and that's all it is. It is a tool. We have to make it happen. We have to want to do it. Not, it's like McDonald's. It's nothing fast, but as you said yourself, Thor, time goes by. So why not meditate every day, 5 minutes? Sit on the loo. If you have no other privacy than that, sit on the loo 5 minutes before someone knocks on the door and says, hey, it's my turn. It's fine. 5 minutes, good. No problem. Yeah, we take what we can get. So you're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, the reason we choose the visualization is because it suits most individuals as well. The meditation can take many forms. Prayer is a form of meditation. Checking your bank balance can be meditative. Envisaging colors, especially if they're converted into pennies, and it looks more, doesn't it? Prayer, of course, envisaging colors, mantra, of course, but also you can envisage a symbol. If you happen to be of a certain belief structure, concentrate on that. It's physical. No one on this earth is left out. No one is going to go to heaven, if you like, quicker than the next person. And what we believe in is also very much a part of who we are. If we weren't meant to believe in something, then trust me, we wouldn't. So if you have a different belief structure, you want to concentrate on something else, go for it. Just go for it. Yeah, absolutely. But this depth of meditation, if we're going into real depths, I have had, because of the length of time I've been doing this, okay, not because I'm super clever, can be so deep that what you're actually doing, you're moving yourself into, I think you told me this the other day, sorry to sort of fluff around all over the place. You had a very deep meditation where you felt you were almost letting go.
Mm-hmm.
That is then where you move into a spiritual existence as such. The guiding force becomes tangible. Obviously, they are not tangible. It is still an apparition, but it becomes so tangible that you are in that sphere of, let's say, spiritual enlightenment. That's when, for that minute of time or second time, you will feel everything is, you understand everything, not the wars, not the pandemic, not the suffering. They're all physical, but what you understand is just, yeah, it's okay. You don't know why it's okay, but that okayness just makes you feel good, you know? And that is caused through a total experience when you're in that state of acceptance and understanding. All of us are actually perfect. Perfect. In somebody's eyes, we're perfect. Otherwise, we wouldn't be as we are. And that, with all the irregularities that come with being a human being, from image, of course, it's the magazines, you have to be this, that, or the other. Otherwise, you're not beautiful. You have to have certain, I don't know, abilities to do things and earn a certain amount. Otherwise, you're not successful. All of those things. But they're physical. You know, I'm not saying they're wrong, but, and so what? Nobody's you. No one that has ever been born for the billions of years, no one that will ever be born in billions of years, has ever had the same fingerprints. Nobody. We're all unique every single time. Always you. Another me. And that can be male, female. That can be the chimp experience. Yeah. I still have friends who have that chimp experience. Trust me, them. You know, you can't get a word in edgewise as me now. As this Thor, yeah, Thor, go on. Yes. So it's, again, we come to the meditation, links with intuition, and it also links with self-healing. We also covered that, didn't we? Sort of. Everything we cover is sort of, because it's such a huge subject that if we did go there, we would all get bored, everybody. But meditation is very akin to healing as well, because the strength and power of our mind stirs the body, uplifts, and makes everything work. And what does it make it work? Everything is our immune system. The brain is in charge of our immune system. That means if we're anxious, if we're stressed, if we're sad, the immune system has to try to rejuvenate to some extent those anxieties. So you're taking away the energy of self. So that's why meditation or relaxation is so important, because we're then letting the immune system do its work, you know, wherever it might be needed, more than just our anxiety of our brain. Is also, of course, that is self-healing. But if you have a healer, what they are able to do, they generate through, again, meditation. I'm using that word in the same pretext as relaxation, because I don't want to say one thing is better than the other. Is they're also regenerating their own power, the own power of their kundalini, which is where the immune system lies, to be able to give the reserve of what they have to someone else. But what we're doing as a healer, we're jump leading the immune system of the other person through illness, mind illness, physical illness. We get low. We get very low. Nothing works. We can't even jump lead ourselves. What we are is a jump lead. We're connecting one set of leads from a car to another lead. Very, very important. But that's why, obviously, we also have healers. Now, the jump lead, again, I'm not going further with this. Also, it then depends that they're not a sufficient healer if it doesn't work. It always works, but not to the degree of we envisage it should work. Comes the law of karma, of course. So maybe, just maybe, that individual needs to go through that life's lessons of difficulties. However, what you will get from healing is the strength to see it through. Our minds will change. It'll just take on a different perspective, basically. It's not going to go away, because it's not meant to go away, but it will give us the strength to get a different outlook. And that is so, so important. And again, how do you, Thor, get on with your meditation? What do you do to lead, get that form of concentration? Say you have a bad hair day. So you need all of your energy to concentrate, and other things come in all the time. What do you do?
Well, I think I give myself a break.
Okay, and what do you do in your break?
Well, I suppose, okay, so what do I mean by that? As everybody who's listened to this podcast for a while knows, meditate every day, twice a day.
Okay.
And on some days, especially at the end of the day, my mind can be incredibly busy. And on those days, I follow. So Ines showed me a path to follow. What is it? 9 years ago, almost now? Is it eight, 9
My
years
God, I
ago?
know. Yes.
It's amazing that we've stuck together for that time. I love it. I mean,
So
it's
do
an
I.
incredible, it's an incredible relationship to have to another human being,
And there are a couple of others that you've sort of went along with that journey as well. They're still part of us, aren't they? The little Tuesday meditation group.
Yeah, and it's incredible to have that relationship to another human being, which is just incredible. Anyway, so on those days, I go a lot slower. I walk myself. I try to walk myself on the days when my mind is giving me a hard time. I try to walk that path just a bit slower and to pay even more attention if I can. And also ask for a lot of help from my guides to find that calmness and find that stillness. And on those days in particular, I try to have no expectations. And also what I meant by saying giving myself a break is that if I'm unable to properly quiet my mind, not to beat myself up, because I'm
Yeah.
still just a human being, right? So if at the
Yeah.
end of it, I
That's good.
sort of felt I did it. And what's quite interesting, I think, is that even if I were unable to quiet my mind properly, I still feel a lot better and a lot calmer afterwards, regardless, and that has always been the reward, is that afterwards, regardless of the depth, I always feel calmer than when I started.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And,
Yeah.
on some days, I'm just bathing in the calmness of my meditation. And on other days, it feels like I'm floating through the universe,
Yeah.
and both of them are equally good.
Yeah. Yeah. When you said on the difficult days, you still feel calmer. That force that is with us, it's not judgmental. It doesn't judge us. Oh, you did the right thing or the wrong thing. You didn't go deep enough. You didn't give me enough time. It's not like that. Our main objective is to get through our life with the highest quality that we can possibly muster. And yes, as I've mentioned once before, I think with karma, it is a laid out plan, and we cannot deviate. We have free will. So, but in that circle of time, we can go around a little bit. But if we miss something, I think, as I mentioned to you, let's say our free will says, no, I'm going to wear my red coat. Although karma says, oh, you're so drawn to that blue one. And you decide, however we do that, I'm going to wear red. Woohoo! There we go. You are seen. And so the car that was supposed to annihilate you misses you because of your red coat. But in essence, you were supposed to be annihilated with a blue coat. So somewhere along the line, we have to come back to the same scenario. So that is the free will. We still have to complete a certain amount of time. What I can sort of say, though, with certainty, that with the law of karma, how we go through our life, how we are actually able to get our mind through the difficulties. Sometimes they are horrendous. Your heart just breaks. You can cry for other people's difficulties and misfortunes. How they manage to get through That is the strength of your soul. That is the strength of who you are. Not a pretty face or a handsome face. It is who you are. And that then, as we move through that, then possibly the page of life will turn, and you will find that the grass all of a sudden becomes greener. It's no longer full of moss, or I like moss. I know in Japan, they're really fond of mossy things. I love moss. But anyway, weeds, let's say weeds. And then the life isn't full of weeds. You get a different perspective. And that is, you feel good.
Mm.
You really feel good. And once I was asked, so how do you know you're not following your path of karma? Well, it's like, let's see, what have I got? Have I got a button? I'm looking for a button. I do not have a button on me. Okay, let's see, I have a button. And that button has still 4 little loops sewn on, right? Even machine or otherwise, doesn't matter, it's there. It's marginally loose, so you start fiddling with it, you start playing with it, twiddling around, it gets looser and looser. You know, that's what karma, wrong karma feels like, sort of, oh, I ought to fix this. It's going to fall off. It's not right. It's that sort of a niggly feeling you get. So if you're trying to please someone by doing something totally against your grain, and you are thinking just, I'm being selfish, I mustn't do that, I must do whatever somebody else is doing, it could be because you're really not meant to do it anyway. It's this niggly feeling. It's this little button, you know, that comes off. And as I said before, even if you're doing it to help someone else, you might find you would be helping them more if you actually did what you felt was the correct thing to do. Easier said than done sometimes. I'm just giving, you know, little examples. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But when you said what you do when I have my bad hair days, I have several methods. I use obviously the one that we do that, and I start right from scratch, novice, bit by bit by bit, so the mind does not stray. But then I also play the piano a little bit. And because I've played a long time, but I'm not very good at it, I still have to concentrate. So otherwise it'll sound even worse. So then I concentrate on that. Also anything. And if we don't have anything like that, and let's say the house is full, teeming with people, with noise, aggro, wah, 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 go for a walk. Doesn't matter if it's behind dustbins. Who the hell cares? You're still breathing the air. And maybe there'll be a pretty weed that's growing. It doesn't make any difference. I'm thinking now of going for a walk in New York City, where you know, my daughter lives, and one side of the block is amazing, beautiful, lush. You go around, it's a dump. All these sort of metal, you know, security things, dustbins, roughage, you know, all kinds of things. A meowy cat, all those. Forget about it. Just walk. You do what's free. You're breathing in air. At the moment, it's still free. We don't know. Your taxes are going to go up, aren't you, on that happy note? I mean, what?
You were going to guide us through a meditation, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. It's, and you're very generous, Thor, because you lead very fine meditations.
Thank you.
And this is a short one. And it can be as long as anybody wishes to, but we're going to do a short one. That means you have little time, and hopefully, you know, close your eyes. You too, Thor, I see you, and do not peek and open. Thank you. I'm allowed to look. You are not. Okay. Anyone else? Close your eyes if you can. Wash the dishes, do the ironing, go for it. Okay, we're going to start by closing our eyes. Just for a moment, as you close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in accordance to your own needs, in and out, as you begin to move into your own world, your own time. With those thoughts, the in and out breath, become aware of how relaxed your mind is becoming. Very relaxed. You feel a blue sky around your mind. The dark clouds and the dark thoughts are drifting away. That calmness is now going to start top of your head, gliding down like water, slowly flowing down over your eyelids, down your cheeks, cleansing and taking all physical thoughts with it as it moves down your face, around your mouth. Allow your mouth to drop. Feel a heaviness in your neck. Shoulders are sagging. Your back is relaxing as this wonderful calmness, like water, flows down and down, down your arms, your hands, as they rest gently in your lap. As you move down, come to the heart chakra, and where you feel the gentle murmur of your heart. Moving down to the stomach chakra, release that muscle. Allow your tummy just to relax. As you do so, this calmness moves over your thighs, around your knees, your shins, and out of your feet. And as you do so, you now find yourself standing by the side of a dirty road, a dirt road, seeing tumbleweeds lazily drifting by, the dry earth of non-understanding, forming little whirlwinds in the heat of the afternoon sun. And as you look ahead, across the road, you see green fields, brightly colored flowers, the sun reflecting the haziness of oppressive heat. Between yourself and the green fields is that bright, bright white line. Feel yourself moving towards that line. And as you now step across this line, you become aware of a guiding force. Become aware in your own way. Perhaps you can actually feel a physical contact. Perhaps you get a feeling of total happiness, a feeling of safety, of protection. Feel that sense, that personality that is right beside you. For a moment, take in the coolness of a fresh summer day, smelling the lush grasses and the sweetness of the flowers before you now proceed to a white door that you see within that meadow. See it shining, see the door opening, and as a silverly bright light reaches out, cocooning you, feel the comfort, the softness, as you're drawn across that meadow and into that long white corridor. Within that corridor is not as usual. No doors. Instead, you will see a large red box with a lid already slightly open. This is the base chakra. It is the energy core, like the core of a nuclear reactor, glowing. And thus, as you see this red box, I want you to open this box just a little more. And through visualization, you bring that energy up through the body to the mind, to parts of our body which need help. And as you open this lid a little, the help of your guiding force, you feel that strength and upliftment. Inside the box, you will see the rim of the orange box, which is the spleen chakra. You now lift that box out with the help of your guide. Feel the weight. Feel that wonderful glow of orange as you release the tensions and anxieties of that orange chakra. As the lid opens on its own accord, the rays of that pure orange absorb itself into your body. And within that orange box, you now see the glow of the yellow chakra, the stomach chakra. Once more, as you open and lift out this box, with the help of your guide, you see the difficulties moving away in that band, the stomach area. Only the glow, the happy glow of that bright yellow color, as it once more absorbs itself into your body and mind. Now you see the rim of the next box, which is green. That is the heart chakra. And as you lift it out, and the lid opening, again the impurities around your heart dissolve, become as nothing. But seeing this brilliant green moving and being absorbed into your body and mind. It's a wonderful balance, a balance of thoughts, a balance of our attitude, a balance to our life situations. And as we lift it out, we see the lid of the next box, which is blue, a wonderful azure blue. The lid opens, and again you see all the impurities drifting away. Feel the lightness, feel the calmness, moving through every organ of your body, through your whole soul and being. And as you now, together with your guide, lift this box out, you now see the rim of the indigo box, the third eye. Open this lid and again release the impurities. Release the difficulties in your mind. Let go. They have no use to you. And with the help of your guide, you lift that box out and now see the rim of the violet box. And as the lid opens, any remaining difficulties of doubt, anxiety, stresses, all of those situations drift and move away, leaving a brilliant violet box. Now, as you lift this box out with the help of your guide, you look inside. And as you look inside, you see a box of gold. It is your box of gold. Lift this box out, again with the help of your guide. But this time, you feel the touch of a hand. You feel the strength that never leaves you, never questions, never judges. It's now between the two of you to see if you can open this box. Open this box and see what is within. It's for your benefit. It will be for your strength, for your motivation and happiness. Just for a few minutes, relax with that golden box. As you look inside the box, you will find your own powers, your own strength, and that is very important. Your own ability to decide, your own ability to move forward in your life. Once more with your guide, put the golden box aside. Bring forward the violet box. Take the strength from that wonderful energy. And now place the indigo box inside. Once more from the indigo, take the strength of the indigo loom. And now place the blue box inside. Take that deep sense of calmness with mind and body. And now place the green box inside. Again, take that wonderful sense of balance into your life. And now place the yellow box inside. Draw on that strain of happiness of who you are and what you are. And now place the orange box inside. And with that strength of motivation from that orange ray, we now place the red box inside. And together with your guide, only close that lid just a little. Allow the strength, power of life to flow through you. Now, I want you to take one more deep, deep breath. And as you do, you now become aware of your own mind, your own body, the feeling of strength, calmness, and relaxation. The need to move your hands, your feet, your shoulders, and then in your own time, you open your eyes. Okay.
Thank you, Ines.
Thank you for participating. I know you are an expert yourself. Sometimes, it's nice when somebody else does it.
Oh, it's great.
Like you giving me the results. Yeah, that works. Just one less thing to do. Yeah.
Love it.
Good. Because that gives, whatever we do gives us the energy to, you're always giving. So sometimes we just relax. Excellent.
Yeah, no, it was lovely.
Any
Thank
wise
you.
words, dear Thor?
Meditate every day, people.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. It should be part of our life. Not just when it's convenient, not just when the chips are down.
Yeah. I mean, I think you and I are an oddball out, right?
Yeah,
In terms of we
that works.
meditate every day, you
Yeah.
know. I think one of the reasons why I've managed to stick with the practice is obviously because I've had a teacher like yourself. And
Yeah,
I've
you're
worked
amazing
with group,
grandma. Yes.
for like 8 years. But like you've said so many times, it's 5 to 10 minutes. Doesn't have to take very long. That's all it's necessary. And it's going to take some time to see the results, but meditate every day.
Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely. And as I said, do it in the loo.
Yeah.
What we have on our plate in life is not a sin. It's not punishment. None of that. It's meant what it's meant to be. And then we have to make the best of it.
Yeah.
So if the loo is the only place of, solitude, fine. Okay. Let's have it a go.
Yeah.
It won't always be that. We're not always meant to be limited.
Yeah. So that's my wise words for today. What are your wise words, Ines?
I think the same. When you were saying you meditate twice, the official meditation when I say, depending on my frame of mind, but at night afterwards, because as you know, I work in a care home after my wonderful partner passed away. And I love looking after people, but it's hard. Management is hard. But I still say thank you for a good day. Thank you because I'm not in that care home. I'm healthy. Thank you for the work. Thank you for the kindness some people have. They say thank you. That's plenty. So,
Yeah.
but I always say thank you. Thank you for the car I'm able to drive. Thank you for my food, my water. Thank you I'm not in a war zone.
Yeah.
It sounds so corny.
Yeah, no, but I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. And I mean, people, even though I meditate twice a day, every day,
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes is more
Yeah.
than enough,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. Yeah, it is.
for
That's
most
right.
people.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
No one has entitlement, even when we look at the colossal amounts of money that are made, even during the pandemic, by companies. It's not entitlement. It's part of a karmic process.
yeah,
So if you have a very demanding job and you do an amazing job, I mean, I'm sorry, every job, in my opinion, is amazing and necessary. Am I going to collect my own refuse? No. I'm very grateful that my black and white bags are collected. Or if I go someplace, somebody helps me with a nice meal. It's made my day.
mm,
It's as nice as the person is who's serving me, or the chef that's preparing it. So no, I don't have a differentiation between big or little. So I'm very grateful.
yeah. Well,
And for you, Thor, I'm grateful that we're together as well, that we're managing something.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I am incredibly grateful for that too.
Yeah, me too.
Well, thank you for another Friday, Ines. I think that
Thank you
was
too.
really
Thank
interesting,
you.
and thank you for leading that meditation. It was
Thank
great.
you. Thank you, Thor, too. Likewise. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.